Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, we're going to be looking at two new CSS packages that were created as part of the upcoming Canvas starter site. And those have to do with designing the direct messages feature of MyListing. Okay, quick bit of housekeeping before we dive in. Like I said, these are available on the club website now. So from the club homepage, if you just scroll down just a bit, you will find MyListing CSS Packages. If you go into that card, you'll see them right here. Canvas, Direct Messages, Dark Mode, and Light Mode. So those are the two new ones. I wanted to draw your attention to that. But even more importantly, I wanted to show you a portion of the Canvas starter site product page because I'm going to be referencing it here. So again, this is a starter site. Canvas will be the new starter site. So if you click on the starter sites card, that'll bring you to the product page. Click Explore. That'll get you into the different starter sites that I have. We're going to go into this Canvas card. And this is a running documentation under build notes here of what it is and how it is I'm building the site. So what I wanted to draw attention to here before we dive in and actually look at these packages is this color scheme right there. You'll see this right here. This is, and I'll do another video on this later, but this is, in short, these are the colors that you will see referenced in the CSS packages, okay? Rather than including these in the actual CSS packages, I wanted just to document them here because they could change as I go along and build this site. They could slightly change. Obviously, I will update the CS packages if they do. But it doesn't matter anyway because you're going to put your own colors in there. But I just wanted to document this for people so once they get the starter site or the package, they know what colors that I used. And you just go in, and I'll show you here in a second, like how you can easily change those colors to be your own. Okay. But anyway, just wanted to bring that up. I'm going to go ahead and close this down. I'm actually going to remove my face too, so there's no distraction there. All right, let's go ahead and get into the snippets. And I'm going to show you like a before and an after, like what you're going to get with MyListing out of the box, and then what you're going to get with these snippets here. All right. Again, these are done with WP Codebox. If you haven't been following me for a while, I'll just tell you this. This is probably the first. I think this is the first plugin that I install on every WordPress site I build. That needs custom code of any kind, okay? Whether it's just even the simplest snippet. If you're gonna have multiple simple snippets, this plugin, it goes in, okay? So what we're gonna look at here is the light mode and dark mode versions of the direct messages CSS packages. If you get the starter site, you'll see here, this code is actually in what I call the global. So global light mode and global dark mode, okay? And the reason for that is because direct messages are part of the header. So this is the header area up here of a MyListing site, and these are the direct messages. Okay, so they are going to load on every page typically unless you do something to prevent that. So what I did is I load this in the global code snippet, CSS code snippet, CSS package, if you will, because it needs to load on every page. Okay, so that's why I call it global. All right. But when you download the CSS package, the light or dark mode direct messages CSS package from the club, you're not going to get this stuff up here at the top. You're just going to get from, the portion of the code that's relevant right here. Okay. That's what you're going to get. And that's why it's important that I reference this. I could have dropped it. Like I said, I could have dropped this code in there so you had a reference, but it was just too risky for multiple reasons. One, I didn't want this applying to your site, especially the accent color here. And then two, I might change my mind. I don't want to have to go back through every single code snippet to update those, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's look at a MyListing website out of the box by default with nothing more than the accent color chosen within the theme options. Okay. So right now you'll see both global code snippets are off, okay? All right, so again, in the header, if you click on the direct messages icon, we'll see we have this box come up. It's pretty basic. If you've watched any of my videos, I hate these icons. I just think they look really tacky and unprofessional. Same here. I just feel like this just looks tacky and unprofessional. It's just me. You may not share the same views. I just don't like that look with putting all these backgrounds behind all of these icons. It's just a personal preference. The other thing I found out too, if you want to add any kind of a border radius to this box, it's not easy. So I had to do a lot of work to find the different components that comprised this modal to make it border radius on all of the corners. Okay, so it was some work. Okay, so let's just we'll go screen by screen here. We'll try to do that as quickly as possible. Okay, so here's the before, and I'm going to make a duplicate tab so we can check this out. All right, so all I'm going to do is in the back end, we'll start with light mode and we'll get to dark mode here in a bit. So I'm just going to toggle this on, just as simple as that, and refresh the page. Okay, so we see some changes here. I replaced this icon with a custom image, and it's a placeholder image. If you've been following along with this Canvas starter site, that is going to be one of the reoccurring themes, is I'm not going to use real images for this site. And if you read the product page for Canvas, you'll understand why that is and why I wanted to try to make this work this way. But you'll see, and I make it super easy with the documentation and all of that in the back end of how this got in there and how to replace it with your own image and that sort of thing. But imagine this being like your own logo or your own icon or whatever. It's just better than this, in my opinion. Okay, and you'll see I cleaned up this icon. I made the button, match the branding of this website more closely. It just looks more polished if you look at the before and the after. Okay, let's go into, toggle this back off again. Let's go into composing a message, and you'll see the before. Toggle on the snippet, and you will see the after. Okay, so again, it's just it's subtle changes, but the big one here is the big two, in my opinion. I cleaned up that icon again, removing those backgrounds. Not a huge deal, you might say to yourself, not a huge deal. But the big one here is the border radius. You'll know it's just sharp corners, and now we've got a border radius added. Okay. All right, so let's go into Compose. Let's select a user, and we will just pick someone here. All right, we'll get to that screen. Let's toggle this back on. All right, so what are the differences here? Again, that border radius is captured in here. These icons, again, I just don't like them with that background. I'll stop saying that. The other thing too is these are dangerous, what I call dangerous icons. This is a ban button. There should be a tooltip here. Maybe I'll try to figure out how to add that. Or if you're watching this, MyListing theme developers, I think there should be a tooltip on these. But this is ban, and this is delete, and then this is just close. But these are dangerous, I put in air quotes, actions. So I think they should be colored differently. And I don't like this icon here with a random background. There's just no consistency in how some of this is done. The other thing you'll notice here is this is all one line, say hello to Ryan. Okay, so let's look in the other screen here. So I've removed the backgrounds from the buttons. I've matched these, again, in air quotes, dangerous icons to match the accent color, which happens to be red, which is just a cool byproduct. The other thing too is I dropped the name of the person that they're saying hello to on their own line and bolded it. Okay, this just doesn't look that great, and the person's name just is like an afterthought. It's just part of a sentence, but now it's on its own line and it's dedicated to that person's name. I removed the icon from this, the background from this icon down here for more of a consistent look, cleaner look. So before and after. All right. So let's say something. Yo, and then I'm going to, I have in one of my other screens, I'm signed in as this person. So I'm going to respond. Let me find out which of my screens I've got this going on. Got a few. All right, found it. Let's go here. Yo. And that should pop over in here in a second. There we go. Okay, so that is how that looks. All right, so let's go turn this off. So you'll see here this low. See how this is part of one of the issues with MyListing, and I'm not sure why they won't fix it, but it's inaccessible fonts. These are just too small of fonts. It should be different. So I'll quickly show you this screen. Okay, you see the stark difference. It's cleaner, makes more sense. Fonts are fixed. The icons are better all around, that sort of thing. All right. Okay, so before we load more messages, I started this conversation. Let's click into here. So this is how this looks, and let's see the after. Okay, so same thing, rounded corners, the border radius, cleaned up the icons, cleaned up all the icons. So it's like a similar screen as before. So you won't see a whole bunch of huge difference there. All right, let me toggle this off and let's go back. Let's click on this load more messages and see what we get. All right, so there's no more messages, so that's expected there. What else could I show you? Let's do a conversation from someone else so that we have multiple messages in here. All right, let's compose a message. Let's do Ryan 2. Let's type in something. And let's start another message. Let's do Ryan 3. Something. Okay, so that gives us some messages in here. So it's not going to be a whole lot of difference, again, because we've already fixed that as part of one of the other screens, but we'll just show you how this looks. So before and after, again, it's like being at the eye doctor. Was better here or better there? Just looks cleaner. These icons just looks cleaner, in my opinion. Okay, so let's start messing with some of these deletions and banning and all of that sort of thing. Okay, if I come in here and let's say I want to ban Ryan 3, let's click on the ban icon. You'll notice this. All right, very uninspiring. Again, this is a dangerous item here. It should be styled differently. So let's look at that. Let's go in here, highlight ban, boom. So I turn these into buttons. They almost look like check boxes, but they're buttons. So before and after. Okay. Let me redo this. All right, so let's ban this person. We'll say yes. You have blocked this user. Okay, look at that one. And then let's go here. I invite you to test this stuff. Look at it on your own site. Look at it on the MyListing demos. This is, I'm not making this stuff up to be worse than it is. It's just try it and see what you see, and if you're seeing the same thing, and how this can be made to look, more professional. Okay. All right, let's ban this user, Ryan 2. See, look at the difference here. It matches our branding. Okay, you don't just have some random color as you have this like orangish color, orangish red down here. It doesn't match anything. So that should be pulling from the accent color, in my opinion. Okay, let's go back here. Let's toggle this off. Let's delete a user. Let's delete Ryan 3. Again, same thing. Let's go turn this back on, excuse me. Let's delete Ryan 3. You see the difference. So that styling carries over. So before and after. Okay. Let's turn this back off. All right, let's proceed with actually deleting this person. So yes, we want to delete them. Now they're gone. Delete, yes, delete, yes. Okay, and we're back at that. I think that is about all I can show you for this one for light mode, and we'll jump over to dark mode. I've got all my messages cleared out, so that's good. Okay, so let's jump over to dark mode. I want to show you how easy it is to toggle this on. So everything is off now. And let's just say, yeah, I want to go dark mode. Same thing, just adjusted for more of a dark look. Okay, so let's do a, we know the before, right? So we don't need to do that. Let's just do an after for this particular video or portion of the video. All right, so let's see this sucker. Again, this may look weird. It's a placeholder. So obviously you're probably gonna, if you want dark mode, you're gonna want an image in here that looks good on a dark background, but that is what that is. Okay, rounded corners, shadowing, all that good stuff. You know, all the buttons are styled. Let's compose a message. Everything is styled from the drop down, everything. I do see an issue. We could fix this live. I will actually fix this on my other screen. I can do it right now. I'll fix it after the video. I'll remember to do that. Let me make a note. Let me make a note to myself. I'll fix it right after we're done here. Dark mode. Compose. Message. Text. Okay. But I can fix that really quick right here while we're on here, just temporarily. And I'm using color variables, but just for the sake of time, I'm just going to drop in the color white here just so you can see it. There we go. So that's how that's going to look. I'll fix it after this video. But you see, border radius, everything matches the dark mode branding. These icons really pop, the dangerous icons, I call them. All right. Yo, yo. And then I will go on my other screen and respond. Blah, 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 blah. And then that comes in. You see all these bubbles here are styled. All right, let me start a conversation with somebody else. But oh yeah, this is really cool. So let me start another conversation. Blah, blah, blah. Started that. Okay, so then I need to start one more conversation. Let me do one more here with Ryan3. Cool. All right, so you see this, everything is styled here, but something unique to dark mode on this one is the highlighting on hover. So you can really easily see who you're talking to, and then that matches the accent color. Pretty cool stuff, right? And while I'm talking about that, the accent color, I've talked about it a couple of times just in the past few minutes. Again, the beauty of this. So the accent color that you're used to in theme tools, theme options, I put it in this CSS package just for documentation purposes in here. So I mean, documentation, yes, but I actually call on it. So if you see right here, color variable equals accent, all that's saying is to call upon this, which is also specified in theme options accent color, okay? So when you apply the accent color here, it applies all throughout the theme in various areas. But when you're doing custom CSS, and sometimes you need to be able to specify the accent color too, as I'm doing here, okay? But what's really cool is, let's say you want this to be blue or green. You literally change the color once, like change it to purple right there, save. And everywhere you see where I've declared this accent color, it's going to just dynamically go out through the entire site and change it. You just change it one time. That's what's really cool about this particular starter site. Okay. All right. So we've got that. But yeah, I really like that feature with the hovering. I think I want to make this color a little bit brighter too. So I'll do that after this video and update the snippet. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Load more messages. What else? Go into here. You saw all the bubbles. Let's ban this user. So again, this is all styled. let's delete this conversation. That's styled the same. So that person's now gone. What else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can show you. It looks simple, but it took a ton of work to do all of this stuff and find all of the different components that needed to be changed. Talked about the banning. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We've done the conversations. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. I think that's enough for now. I think I've done everything I could do there. Again, as part of the starter site guarantee, I'll just quickly mention that before I get off here. If you noticed something I missed, so you saw when I started this conversation, let me just delete all these conversations. Okay, when we compose a message and this is all that's styled too, by the way. Okay, so when we start a conversation and we say, and we saw during the beginning of this video that I needed, like I said, I need to stop. I'm going to style this once we're done. As part of the starter site guarantee, if you notice something like that and you can show me on my live starter site, Canvas in this case, that there is an issue, I will fix it for you for no additional cost. I will just fix it and I will tell you the code that I used, where to place it, all of that good stuff. All right, that's the sort of thing that the starter site guarantee is. Show me that I've messed it up on a live starter site, I will fix it for you. Okay. All right, that's it. Hope all is well, guys. And hope you see how easy it is to switch between light and dark mode. Don't want dark mode, just switch back to light mode, enable it. You're good to go. And catch you guys on the next video. See ya.